Hello everybody and welcome back to Megaquarium and to the Myra Aquarium. Now this one is all about making very big tanks, but it's going to start me off with some very small tanks. So I'm going to want to kind of, I think, before I even start here, I'm going to want to rearrange things, but I'll read it to you. So the new owners of Myra Aquarium have decided that its collection of smaller animals just won't cut it anymore. In fact, they've charged you with an ambitious goal: obtain and house a collection of 5 awe-inspiring sharks. It doesn't stop there. So convinced that size is all that matters, they have forbidden you to purchase anything they deem too small. Even small tanks and filters are off the menu. On the plus side, each time you obtain a new shark, they'll reward you with a bunch of cash and animals, so they should be your priority. Are you ready to think big? Get to it. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is the Paulette shark is the first one. So I'm going to start by getting that, and I'm going to get the large double filter. Now, it wants me to have lots of large tanks, but it seems to me like there's a ton of like really piddly little tanks here. And I'm really not liking it. So what I'm possibly going to do is to actually completely rearrange this entire place to make it a little bit more useful, a little bit better, a little bit less stupid. I don't know, it always seems to start me off with this horrible layout that I don't like. So one thing I want to try and maybe do first thing, how am I supposed to expand with this stupid tool dispenser in the way? So you get out there. That toilet is in the most stupid place ever as well. So let's get those over there. Now allow me to do a little bit of like expanding back this way. And then I'm going to move all of the tanks. Move them all away. I'm going to see what I've got and put them in a nicer order. Because I don't like this whole double row thing, because it's really bad. I'm going to have to make sure that I do attach all of the filters back as well. So what I want is, I don't want a middle section that they can go up. I want my normal thing of having a big long corridor that they go along, and they don't really have much of a chance to move different places. Because if you give them choice on where to go, they will choose where to go, and they will not go everywhere, and I want them to go everywhere. So the first thing I'm going to do is to try and make this into my usual kind of corridor section style thing that I have going on. So the sort of thing like this. I'll go here, for example. Move some of the filters around. I might want to put bigger filters in even. I mean, please let me move these. That's something I find a little bit irritating about the game in general. I want to try and use everything. And I want to make everything in a really good order. I want to make it all nice. And those will not be staying in front of the fish tank, by the way. And what ends up happening is it gives me this stupidly laid out thing. I'm just going to try. I'm going to attach the filters to just about anything. It will get better. Don't worry. I really hope I can paint the floor properly in as well. I need to move all the guests out as well. Okay, so let's start off just either side of the door with a couple of tanks. Nice little staff door there. There's a nice little area for the customers to kind of walk around. That doesn't really worry me too much. Honestly, I may get rid of some of these tanks as well, because I mean, I like tanks like this. This is a nice tank. I can kind of go in the middle on the way in. That would be a really nice tank to have straight as soon as I come in the door. But I'm hoping to get a bit of a boost to my prestige just from rearranging the tanks. Okay, I don't know why that wouldn't go in there. Ah, that's better. Staff door there that can go in. Quite a few staff doors to this area. But I just don't believe that. I think the setup they had to start with there was a really pretty setup. I don't believe it's a setup that will work very well. I believe this setup will work better. And I know it's a setup I use a lot. I probably will squidge it in even narrower as well, to be honest. Especially for this little section. There's one, there's one. See, how much cleaner does that look than the setup that they gave me to start with? And the answer is a lot. If you were walking around there, you'd be able to see everything like straight away. You see how many extra walls there are? Now then, this is going to give me a lot of room for filters and things behind. But I am going to also see whether I can make sort of bigger fish tanks and move some of the fish into bigger tanks instead of keeping these tiny ones. I might keep that lagoon tank, that's quite nice. I might move it that way around though. And I'll probably have a pump rather than... So we've got 4 to that side, 5 to that side. I think all of this needs to come forward one then. So I'm very sorry to start this like this. In fact, that's coming forward too. I can always make areas down the other end for them to sit down and things. I don't want... Actually, no, I think a 4 wide corridor is actually fine. Why are they saying it's about to die? Because it's got no filtration. No filtration at all. See all these extra walls I have as well? Yeah. The only thing I've got to be a bit careful of is that I've got enough room to pump, to filter into there. I should be able to. Even if I just put a little filter there that will reach out, it should be fine. But yeah, look at all these extra walls. Did we need any of those walls? No, not really. We didn't. So I'm going to just quickly expand out into this area here. And this area here. And that will be the starts of my aquarium. And I'm hoping that I'll have 100% visibility on all of the tanks from doing this. There's nothing worse than having a pants layout though. And that goes for all the filters as well. Like, look at all these. They're just horrible. Horribly laid out. They're tiny little tanks as well. And I genuinely think that I could probably replace them with much larger tanks and just consolidate all the fish into like a couple of tanks. And then people will be just as happy. They're just as happy with a big tank full of different kinds of fish. They always are. That's always the best way to do these. Just going to move some of the walls around. I mean, I could have a little bit of a wall here that is just specifically for like vending machines to go against. That would work. Got all these feeding things. They could stay out here, actually, if they wanted to. No rule to say they can't. There, I've got another staff door again. And at the moment as well, I'm pretty sure these are all warm water fish as well. But again, I hate all of these fish tanks. All of them. I hate them all. I would like to paint the floor as well. I'll put any spare walls and things behind. And I'll use them later. But this is very similar to, do you remember when we had the theatre one? The best way to win that level was to make sure that you completely got rid of all the theatre seating, and I reused it all because it was the only padded seats that I had. Yeah, you didn't even have them under research at that point. See how much more I fit into that space now? As far as the public are concerned, they now can see everything. It's great. Hang on, they're supposed to have walls behind there, aren't they? That probably needs moving that way. And these all need moving over. Maybe put a bench or something there. All of the feeders will need to go behind, so I need a green one, a mussel one, an orange one, a black one, and another green one. So we need a mussel dispenser back there. Orange, green. We don't actually need pink over here at all. This one needs purple and mussels. Needs green. Could actually put a green dispenser just actually against the tank there. People don't mind that too much. We do need this purpley one as well. We don't even need orange back here, but I'll put it there anyway. Another dude back there. Let's paint it as well. It's Aztec paint, is this one? Yes. I like the Aztec style. It's nice. And you actually see how little they managed to get into such a huge space as well. With all these tiny little tanks. And I'm kind of thinking I could probably get these fish into several smaller tanks. Especially if they're not too worried about being with each other. So let's have a little look at that, shall we? Now we've got it kind of rearranged so I can actually see what I've got. Couldn't even see what I had. I mean, that one doesn't even have rocks in it. Honestly, giving me these sucky layouts. I don't know. Toilet is behind there as well. I need to move that so that I can actually go to the toilet. I might need other toilets in, but I'm still thinking about how this is going to be at the moment. I mean, maybe another nice lagoon tank in the middle might be quite cool. I mean, these do stretch quite away, these filters. For example, I could get that right into the middle there. That would be fine. But it says it says it wants all the tanks to be big. So I'm like, yeah, well, why not then? So we've got like these anemones and clownfish over here. We also have everything is warm water. We have another one over here. Okay. Are you guys coral eaters at all? Nope. And you need a space of 30 or more. Oh, I don't think they grow though. Yeah, that's not even full, that tank. The schooling bannerfish, and loads of other stuff could go in there. Like seriously, bad design to start with. I didn't want to be stuck with that at all. What about these guys? What are you like? You're a butterfly fish. You eat corals and clams and gorgonians. But you would be fine in with those guys, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you'd be absolutely fine. I'm going to move you. Into this tank. So we also have a coral beauty in there. Just want to make sure that that's not like got any issues. It might eat or damage stony corals. It is a wimp, can't be housed with a bully. I don't think anything I put in there is a bully though. So I need to just like move some rocks over and then that would be fine. So that tank open, yeah, let's just move those rocks in there. Oh look, they're absolutely fine to be in there now. Woohoo! Oh, a couple of plants are needed as well. Put them in there then. I'm moving things from one tank to the same tank, I've got a feeling. I need to move this over here. If I can fit it in. Yes, I can. I'll probably get rid of that then, and I'll just put in... Oh, do I actually need that? No, I don't. Okay, so this whole thing is getting deleted now. Bye. Stupid little piddly tank. Yeah, bye. Okay, that's one gone. How about you? What are you doing? What's you're a fuzzy dwarf lionfish. Oops. What's your deal? You're armoured. You have a size of 5. You like to hide in a cave. Other than that, you're pretty good. You don't really worry anybody else too much. In fact, they would probably fit in here fine if they had enough hidey holes, but I don't think they've got enough hidey holes, so I'll probably put them somewhere else. What about you guys? You are Butler Anthias. You do not like food competitors, so you don't like other krill eaters. Your tank has 9 more space in it. But you would probably happily live with those lionfish if you were given a slightly bigger tank. Who's in there then? A load of corals. Okay. So now I've got a bit more space. What I'm going to do is put in a largish tank. And I'm going to see who I can fit in there together. I already moved as many as I could into there. But I reckon those 3 tanks could probably be consolidated. And probably a lot of these could be into one large tank. I think that's going to be so much better, isn't it? And then I can force the visitors to stay within a very small section of the aquarium as well. And yeah, I know, it's been 20 minutes and all I've done is rearrange the fish I've got here already. But do you know what? This is going to make it so much easier. keeping it on pause because everything is going to die if I don't. Okay, well in that case, how about... Now I've got everything kind of where I want it to be. Why don't we just move this over here? And move these 3 tanks just like over to the back here. So I've got some room. Filter section over there as well. I'm not really worrying where I'm putting the filters at the moment at all. So let's do a nice big, to start with, a nice deep observer tank. Nice big one to start off with. It's not that big, but it's big enough. So that one is a tank size of 60. So I'll definitely be able to get my lionfishes in there. And all these guys. Together. I'm gonna leave the corals maybe till the end. I mean, I'll see. So what have we got in there? We've got 31 out of 60. We've got these guys that don't like other krill eaters, and these guys that... Oh, the congener zone cannot be housed with any non-lionfish and scorpionfish. Ah, right. So they need to go back to their original tank then. Sorry, guys. I didn't realise about that. I don't know if you eat coral, though. Do you eat coral? Nope. They don't seem to eat coral. So they can go in with the coral. That's not a problem. So that now means that I can delete these tanks. They need plants, those guys. There aren't many plants around here anyway. Just gonna delete things. Actually, just make sure there's no fish in there. That was their original tank, wasn't it? Yeah. Sell that. Because I want this aquarium to look the way I want it to look, not the way that they tell me it has to look. Okay, so let's find some other guys that could maybe go in there. So, could the clownfish... I think the clownfish with the coral, maybe they need to stay together. Same with the lionfish and the coral. I think I don't want to mess too much with the tanks that have got coral in them. Not at the moment, anyway. That tank has nothing in, so that can be deleted as well. Do you see how much more simple this is looking already? Comparatively. It's interesting, isn't it? So you, pufferfish, you are a wimp and cannot be housed with a bully. You are size 3. You are armoured. You will eat crustaceans. But I'm pretty sure you be happy in many other places. Starfish, just don't put it in with anything that eats starfish. Okay, I'm pretty sure all these guys would be fine with these beauty things over here. As long as they don't eat krill. You don't eat krill, do you? You eat cockles, so that's fine. Do you guys eat krill? No, you're just like scavenger things, aren't you? I think it does tell me if I put anything terrible in together, so that's one more tank that I don't need. Yep. Okay, you guys, what are you like? You are a dotty back. You are a bully and will pester wimps. And you can't be housed with certain other fish. Okay. What are you? You're a coral beauty? You're a wimp who cannot be housed with a bully? You're a bully and you will pester wimps. So the coral beauty can't go in with the oblique like line dotty back. What's in here? Another coral beauty. Why are you in on your own? Do you not go in? Oh right, you won't go in together with other coral beauties. Okay. And you are a wimp and cannot be housed with a bully. What have we got in here? We've got another coral beauty in here. Okay. So there's no reason not to put a coral beauty unless it eats starfish or something. I think it'll be fine in this tank over here. Oh no, hang on, this one is fine. This guy over here. So we have massively reduced the tanks now. Coral beauty in there, coral beauty in there. Coral beauty, will you eat? Do you eat corals? I mean, it might be in the name, but you only eat stony corals. So actually, you would be able to go in with the clownfish. I believe that this is full of soft corals. Tank's full, okay. Can't go there, can't go there. So I may need to make a bigger tank for these guys. Then that is a coral tank. And I did say I wouldn't really touch the coral tanks. So what are we down to now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tanks. I want to be down to less than this by the end of the episode. I really do. These guys pretty much have to be on their own. So that's why I've stuck them in. I've stuck them in with a coral and hope for the best sort of thing. I'm going to move these guys along a little bit. And put this tank in here. So it has kind of a point to it. It's an observer tank as well, so I might even want a tank in between there. Or have this one on the other side, maybe. You could go that way as well. I think that might be better on this side, actually. Going somewhere like that. I could always put a wall around the other side as well if I wanted to. In fact, no, that would work. That would 100% work. How much space is left in here then? 39 out of 60, so I've still got a lot of space that I could use in there. Just got to work out what can go in there. So we've got a coral beauty in there now, so we do have wimps in here. And does it have anything in it? No, so that's another one that can go. So now we're down to 6 tanks. so what have we got in this one then? They're the lionfish and corals. That's a bully. Okay, so this one 6 out of 15. This one 15 out of 15. So if I had a tank that was even 20, I could fit all these guys in. So I want to get this tank and this tank. I'm just going to move them next to each other so I can get the idea that I want them to merge together. These guys are never going to go in with anybody else, and this guy can't go in with anybody else because there's going to be 3 tanks which all have a coral beauty in it. So I think I can merge those two, but then these two will have to stay the same. I might change the tanks to ones that have shapes that better fit as well. I mean, there's... Problem is I can't really change the shallow tanks because I don't actually have on this. I've only got deep tanks that I can make, you see. So I've got to be a bit careful with that. But aren't you guys proud of me? I'm going to draw a wall across here. Probably actually. No, actually I won't do that yet. I'm going to make the new tank first. So it's going to be the smallest little tank ever. It'll be just a little, maybe a deep corner tank. Just a 36 one. I'm going to put lights on it. These guys, what lights do they need? They need light 10. That's fine. I actually have probably more money than I started with. Good grief. But isn't this so much of a simpler layout than what they'd given me? Like, they'd given me a terrible layout. Beauty. Striped boxfish, just gonna have a quick look at you. You'll eat starfish and stony corals. These guys are... they're anemones. So I don't think that's a stony coral then. I think it would say if they ate anemones, wouldn't they? This one here is also a soft coral. Okay. Yeah, I think the boxfish will be okay to move. It usually does give a danger warning for things if they're gonna like kill each other or anything like that. I will be keeping a close eye on everything, which is why it's nice that I've got less tanks. In fact, why don't we move that treasure chest over? Quite sweet, actually. Okay, so now I can get rid of these two. And I know I could move some of the decorations around and stuff like that, but it's getting to the point where I've done so much moving around and getting a bit fed up of it. Okay, this is actually a corner tank, so I'm going to move the wall back a little bit. Just so people can go in there, and I might actually even move it along a little bit more as well. It's got this nice space here. Oh, actually, I know what I actually want to do. Have it this way around. move these about. This is important because my aquarium will rise or fall based on its layout. And at the moment, I think it's set to fall. I want enough room for all my little tanks and things. That's actually quite a sweet little layout. I actually quite like it. Toilet over there. Then we just got this massive tank over here. Probably get another nice big tank in with some more fish, because you know what? We've got 5 grand left. Did you see that layout at the beginning? If you go to the beginning of the video, just do this for me. Go back to the beginning of the video and have a look at the layout and have a look at the layout I've got now and tell me that this is not so much more simple. I know it's taken a long time to get it right, but this is what you have to do to fix the mess they make. The mess they try and make you play with. This is half the problem. Right. So I need 3 plants in there. Let's get them sorted. I need to get rid of all of the people from back here, and all the benches and stuff need to move. I'm gonna spend a little bit of money and draw a wall across there. Across there. See how much smaller this is now? Not even as small as it's gonna be. It's not even as small as it should be, because I am kind of wanting to expand anyway, but this is even with room for expansion. This is ridiculous, isn't it? Okay, so now I've actually got a layout that I like, which is like this. Like I say, go back to the beginning of the video, you'll see. You will see how different this place looked earlier on. You'll see how much more simple it is. And when things are simple, the guests know where everything is, and the guests can see everything, and that really helps. I'm just looking for the decorations here. Just fill that little bit in there. Okay, next. I need to that. Alright, I need to move the toilet so it's somewhere that the guests can access. There will be fine. Move that bench somewhere else. Right behind there. That would be a nice place for them to sit. They don't need many seating areas because, quite frankly, the aquarium isn't too bad. Right, so we're going to move all of these filters and things. People don't want to see those. So we're going to get moved. They'll probably get moved next to a pump or something in a minute, but I'm just going to move them back here for now. And needs a platform as well. And some stairs. The wall actually needs to go backwards as well. And I need to paint it. See, so what do you guys think? Would you bother doing all of this at the beginning, or would you leave it how it was? I like big, simple designs in this game, honestly. I much prefer them. Ah, wrong paint. I want the Aztec paint. Aztec paint, Aztec paint. Painting it all Aztec. Move another wall around so the guests can't get in. So they should actually be able to get in between these areas as well, which is quite useful. Now at the moment, I don't see a need for a large pump system except for to get over there. So I'm going to put this in here and link it up to that lagoon tank. Going to move some of these pretty decorations and things into the actual aquarium itself. Museum? What am I on about? Make some pretty seating areas and things like that. Possibly won't keep it like this. I'll possibly put another pump in. I was going to say I could just daisy chain this to this pump and then pump that out into the lagoon tank in the middle. But yeah, I think so far so good really. One thing I think I want as well, it's kind of irritating, is kind of don't like these tanks at all, because it's like the guests can like see in, and I really hate it. So what I'll probably do is move these guys into other tanks later on, like lagoon tanks or something like that in the middle maybe. Okay, I'm gonna have these share a tank. So they're sharing all of their filters and stuff. That's helping a lot. I need some plants in here. And some rocks. Right, those guys totes happy. Totes happy. These guys totes happy. These guys back here, not happy. At all. If anything, I'll need to maybe expand out this way just to get them more rocks and things. Oh yes, move that as well. There's this lovely little decoration. And no one can appreciate it. Stick it over there or something. Like, it deserves somewhere a bit better to go, but this, my friends, is simplicity itself. I can daisy chain these tanks with 2 pumps as well. I think I'll do that. What I need to do is move vending machines out of the way. I don't need vending machines there, do I? Oh, a little rubbish. Another tank. Another pump over here. Secondary connection into there. So over here I'll stick a nice big heater. Probably heat all of those tanks. Yep. And a nice big filter. And a protein skimmer. That's all of those all nice and sorted. I'm gonna just quickly move you over there. And then move these vending machines here. Move the bin there. Move that bench over to maybe by the entrance or something. Done. So guess what, guys? Now everyone can see everything. So if we play it for a little bit, hopefully the prestige should go up quite a lot. See that? Because I can see everything. The prestige goes up. Surprise, surprise. And the viewing ratio should go right up as well. Once they make their way round. Because to them it's very obvious where everything is. They can see, they can have sodas, they can do all sorts of stuff. Okay, let's just fast forward it and see how high I can get the prestige just from rearranging what we had originally. And then I'll stick a shark in. Just before the end of the episode. Look at that. That is not even putting any new fish in. That is just layout changes. Purely layout changes, guys. Okay, now we need to stop it because it's going back down again. So we've got 100% looking at that one, 75 on that, 66 on that. It's possibly still a little bit wide. On this side, it might need to be pulled in just very slightly. But this is why I favour these kinds of layouts and the big tanks and things. It's just so much easier to get high prestige. That's raised my prestige by about 300 just from rearranging the fish that I had existing in the aquarium. And they're not even good fish. They're not even nice fish. Like, and I'm starting off with 5,000 as well in money. It's like, that's pretty impressive, isn't it? So I'm going to move another couple of walls over. It did take me 45 minutes, and I haven't actually got any new fish yet, but that was crazy good improvement. Stick one of these benches in here. So this is just my little kind of seating and vending machine area in the middle. I feel that that's quite a good place to have it, honestly. But I do feel a little bit like, oh, these guys need a cave apparently, a little cave of some description. All right then, let's see if we can fit you something in that will give you a hidey hole. If I rearrange things a little bit, I could probably get a driftwood log in there. Move that in the middle. There, they'll be a little bit happier now. So what are people liking and what are people not liking about this place? Guest thoughts. They really like all the fish. They're getting a bit bored of seeing so many coral beauties. Well, that'll probably change if I can maybe move as the aquarium gets bigger. So I'm not going to remove them just yet. I know there were quite a lot to start with. I'm not going to remove them now. My spare staff doors, I'll stick them back there. Did you notice as well, I've got an entire spare pump system. That's how inefficient it was originally. Crazy, huh? To move somewhere else. I could actually stick that like in the middle there. That would actually be quite nice. I'm very quite often quite sparse on my decorations, and I feel like I should be better at it. Maybe like another one on that side. Whoa, we're going right the way down now. Okay. We do not want to fast forward this anymore at all. So I'm going to put another nice big tank in. Nice big tank. Maybe a Belfast, maybe a lagoon. I'm not sure. We've got 100% viewing on this side, but not so much on this side. So that's something I'll need to address. Okay, how much space do these poor sharks need? So they don't need huge amounts of space, I don't think, anyway. We could give them another observer tank. About, how big can they get? About that size? Mind you, that's sticking out way further than previous ones did. But you know what? I'm going to roll with it. Oh, needs to be 5. Okay. Get rid of that one. I've got too many walls as it is. I prefer drawing the walls anyway. Move those back a bit. Get in there, you. Okay, I had a feeling I would need to move my vending machines. So I am going to move them into this little cubby hole here that I am making. But in a way, I do feel that the prettiness of the aquarium sometimes gets a little bit compromised. Because of the way I have to fit things in. Those walls are going. And that bench there can go on the other side of the entrance. We've already got one side of the entrance, so I'll clap that one over there. That looks decent. I'm going to actually have that over there. So, and that over there like so. Maybe move the bin so that the bin is like hiding behind. Yeah, I like that. That's better. This whole wall backwards a bit. I'm going to be doing that a lot anyway. I'm going to be rearranging things all over the place, no doubt about it. But that's a good start. I mean, I'm hoping that these eventually will go into different tanks. So this tank is absolutely ginormous and it will fit 120 into it. So let's have a look if that will fit my nice new shark. It said to start, you know, to worry about the sharks to start with, so that's what I'm going to do. It said that I had... Oh, no, I haven't. Okay. I haven't got enough ecology points for it, and my prestige is rolling down through the floor right now. Because nothing new is really going in. So I could put some very large things of other things in this tank. Could have a coral grouper that dislikes other coral groupers, but it doesn't mind panther groupers. Have a few of these in. 120, so I could get 12 of these guys. So 1, 2, 3, those maybe. 4 of those guys. They're gonna grow. Let's see if anything else can go in with them. Preferably another mussel eater would be good. Maybe a lionfish. So I've had about 80's worth. 100. I could have maybe 4 of these as well. I think they shouldn't get too cramped. If they do, I may take one away later on. So you're going to need... oh, you don't need any plants. Okay. That's disappointing. Maybe pitted columns. You've got hidey holes. You're all very hidey fish, aren't you? Good grief. Rocky overhang and a driftwood cave, maybe. This is a very expensive exhibit, this one. Okay, so I'm going to use this for this tank, because why not? I've got it here already. And then I just need to stick a platform on the back. .24 out of 120 heat needed. Oh dear. Get some larger heaters and things on there. delete that one. And stick on a protein skimmer, a large one. Okay, these guys are good now. Okay, so people like that one. Yay! So I can be really specific with my tanks now, like... That's way better. Way better. And then I'll get one for a shark as well. But you can see in this, like, it makes a big difference. It makes a massive, massive difference if you rearrange everything, like, right at the start. It's taken me quite a bit of time, but I reckon this might actually hit 1,000 prestige. Possibly. No, it probably won't quite. But that's kind of pushed people around to hear a bit more, so they're looking at this a bit, oh, right, okay. There's not quite enough filtration over this side. That's probably not helping. People don't like to see fish in stress. Right, now the next thing to ask is everyone getting fed? Or do we need probably more staff that can feed, actually? But some of these are quite complicated. Okay, so we now have our shark. I might see if I can actually do the balhus next, because that's the next shark I need. But let's see if I can pop it in here. I might be able to pop it in with these guys. These crustaceans. We'll go to 16. Might be a bit cramped in there. But I'll put it in there for now. Oh no, I've got a load of horse-eyed jacks as a reward. I'll get to those later. Yeah, we'll get to those a bit later. In the meantime, I probably need to move this around and get some more filtration. In fact, I could just stick another filter on the back there. That'll be enough for my wee sharky pants. Sand eels. There are no sand eels in the... What? How are there no sand eels? Sand eels. I like these kind of arrangements as well because there's enough space for me to put everything. There's nothing worse than you've got these tiny little rooms in the middle of the aquarium. So I always feel like the aquarium should be the middle and then the outside should be all the stuff to support it. Whereas they seem to be like, no, make these tiny little rooms. And I hate the tiny little rooms. The tiny little rooms suck. So anyway, that's it for today because we've been at this for nearly an hour. But I think it's, I wanted to keep going because it doesn't look very impressive yet, but it will grow to be more impressive. And the prestige and the viewing rates on the tanks are so much better than they would have been had I left it the way it was. So I'm happy with the layout now. I might still play around with it, don't get me wrong, but at least we're starting with a half decent layout. So I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, then please do leave me a like below. If you'd like to see more Megaquarium, please subscribe. I'll let you know when the videos are out. I hope to see you next time. In the meantime though, please look after yourselves and keep being awesome.